Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Hello, hello, hello. I pray that you can hear me very well. I pray that you can hear me, okay? So listen to this. Listen to this. Let me go ahead on. My name is Dominique Brown. I want to say welcome to Sunshine Brown. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. So it's a quick something I want to chat with you about really quickly, okay? Now, this right here is truth talk, okay? There were some things that happened to me, and what I did was I went forward and said, after the healing, I said, I'm going to share this with someone so maybe it can help them, their family, whomever, okay? Maybe this will help them so they can realize some of the things that they're dealing with. Now, what I went through and is going through has been on a very large scale. As a matter of fact, it's actually unbelievable, okay? Meaning a lot of people participated, a lot of different groups, organizations, churches, and different things like that. I mean, even some of the things that are personal to a person, like having your tax person participate, your doctor offices participate, your in some cases the BMB participating. Okay, it's real. Policemen participating, city councilmen participating. Okay, there was a lot of people participated. Okay, even some of your people that you would think that are supposed to be a certain type of leader, influencer. However, a lot of people participated. Okay, so anyway, I went through this thing. I got my healing. I survived it. Okay, isn't it? It can be unbelievable, almost, to be going through something. You have no idea what's going on. You're like, what is going on? What's going on? Right? You don't know. You're like, this is not my world. Like, I don't, you know. But something's going down. Something's going down. And just imagine going through these different stages and you don't know what's going on. You don't know that the area that you live in, they like to cover up that there are a lot of people that do Satanist work. Okay, and they've been doing it for a very long time. And they do it through different organizations, okay? I'm going to talk about some different experiences that I've encountered. Now, I want you to know this. Make sure you subscribe, okay? As I said, welcome to Sunshine Brown. Welcome. I'm saying welcome to you. Excuse any noises that may come in and decide to. I got gold chips all over this. If they want to speak to me really quickly about something, no one knows that I'm on doing a video, and that's okay. I don't feel like stirring up, bothering everybody, announcing it. So someone comes in, any children you may hear running up, want to give Gran a hug or something, just please forgive me. I'm letting you know that right now, okay? It's a busy home. So let me get back. So if you're here for the first time, I want to say welcome, okay? Welcome. Thank you for stopping by, okay? Now, you want to hit subscribe, all right? Now, the views that I am receiving, that you'll see, this is not my only channel. I have another channel, but this is my most updated channel, okay? So I have one that's called Nikki Talk to Me with the Lips. Okay, red lips, Nikki, Nikki, Talk to Me with the red lips, okay? That's another channel that I have. But this one is my most recent updated channel that I've been using, okay? So, here it is. Okay, I want to chat with you. Someone said, give me an example of something you noticed that you would like to share, that you don't mind sharing, okay? And I was thinking, like, okay, doing this quick video, I could at least come up with maybe 3 different things, 4 different things, actually. But what I'm going to do is try to make it at least 2 to 3 or something, okay? I mean, I have several. I can name, like, probably over 50 right now, okay? But I'll give you the shorter version. When you hear the information that is coming from me, I'm going to tell you right now. Um, Remember, this is my story. I'm telling my story, okay? Nothing that I say um, should bother you any kind of way. Like first, what I'm saying, that you take the information personal to yourself, okay? But if you do, hopefully it's something that you can feel some type of way about and then get the help that you need from it, okay? So this is not something where I'm trying to come in and direct anyone's life, okay? No, this is me showing up to share some information with you. Now, what I found out years ago from a military false friend, she expressed to me that many people go through this type of thing, being mistreated, gang stalked, all these different things. She said, but the thing is, they never come forward and say anything about it. Okay, that's interesting, because if I feel like my life situation did not turn around until I started speaking about things boldly that I was dealing with. I had to start speaking about it. Okay? And then that's when people started paying attention. And that's because a lot of people were invited to the party and they were lied to. You know? Some of the people were lied to. Okay? They were told all these different things, all right? And many people were invited to the party and they knew the truth. And I'm going to give you an example of how. Okay, so when I show up here, that's what I was trying to share with you. When I show up here, okay, I want you to understand, when I come here, first of all, I've already been healed. I've been through my healing and all that good stuff, right? And I'm in a different space, right? So I notice that people that have already been healed, and then they have to come back, and that's probably why I can't. Sometimes I have to have a break before I go on to the next video, or even because I have several videos that I have not uploaded of some things. Okay, I have videos like I had mentioned on one video, and I had said, "Hey, why do I always feel like I've had policemen coming up to me when I be out with my kids, and like maybe I haven't been out for so many days, or been out, meaning you're doing your regular routine, but you're not out. But when you come out, like you're finally in a place somewhere, sitting and relaxing, and then the police come say something to you or whatever. They just make sure they make it to you." I wasn't joking about that. Or I have a video of it. Because I know some people like, yeah, right. You know, people have their eyes on you often, so they're like, ain't nobody bothering you, whatever. No, bitch, I have it. See the difference? I have it. Okay? Or where that you're dealing with someone and the alarm goes off in the house and they know it's taken care of, or they could give you the code for it, meaning you have permission to be there, you're doing something, you're supposed to be there, but they know it went off and then they want to call the police like an hour later type stuff. Oh, I have it all on video though. You know what I mean? Because I was actually recording when it all happened. So it wasn't something like, oh, let me record this. No, these are things that I was actually recording, and it just happened to go, be in the midst of oh boy, God has a way of doing things, being on the video. So I have several videos that I have not uploaded, okay? Now, listen to this. So when I come here and I say, hey, I'm going to tell what happened, or I'm going to, let people know so they can be informed, guess what? It takes a lot out of you sometimes to go back and think about that stuff, especially if you're not in that space. You know what I mean? So if I'm not in that space anymore of, because I have a great way of moving forward. Oh my God. You're talking about somebody have been through some stuff, but is a champion at moving forward, okay? That's, so just, so I'm saying, when people go back and they tell the story, even if they're out of it, or they don't feel as heavy or something like that, appreciate the fact that they go back and still give the information. They return and still want to share the information with you. And this is so that you can understand what's going on and pay more attention even to your family. Do you understand? Okay. All right, here we go. So here it is. Here it is. Okay, so let me share something with you. I remember there was a time, okay, and this is all truth, my truth. I had just had a baby. Did I just have a baby, or was I about to have a baby at this particular one? Well, there were several. But at one time, I had just. Did I have him? No. I was pregnant, right? But I was that's right. So when I received my IMBD credits, I was pregnant. Okay? I was pregnant. Okay? Through the whole thing, I'm pregnant. Okay? But this is what I noticed. I noticed that, so the lady that invited me to the table on this project, I had did several shows with her. Okay? Done several shows with her. And this is somebody I will work with like every year for a different something, or whatever upcoming projects they would have, I would participate, all right? And I actually enjoyed it, okay? Actually enjoyed it. So, I noticed that certain people were coming around and I was being introduced to certain people, right? And I'm like, okay. Now, I noticed that, how sometimes people are they're being interesting when they don't have to be, but it sticks out because maybe they're there for the wrong thing, okay? So, listen to this. I knew the day would come when I would share this. Now just imagine something happening to you in real life, something happening to you, and the people pretend they don't know you. Ooh, a lot of people have done it, but I'm going to give you an example. So here it is. Some of the people that I did these shows with were present. Some of the people that I did the shows with, you know what I mean? They were present, but you'll understand this as I go on. Of course, they were present, duh. But as I go on, you'll understand. You'll have more clarity. It'll be clear. All right? So here it is. We're working together and all these things. Now, one situation was there was a married couple, okay? There's a few married couples, but this one couple, I had been around. We worked together on these projects and stuff and things like that. Now, the wife, she was always present, but her husband was the one that was outgoing, okay? So he was a creative director as I was a creative director on the set, right? Right? Okay, stay with me. So we're both, creative directors, boop, boop, boop. And I never forget this day, this particular day. This is a particular day. I just noticed interesting talk. Now, remember that I said I was pregnant, okay? So I remember one day I had all black or whatever, but I wore this white, beautiful, one of these Ivanka Trump jackets, okay? Beautiful jacket, okay? And then I remember I had on these heel wedge sandals or something, and what I was laughing. I was just laughing, having a good time, okay? Now, let me before I get into going forward, let me let you know. My personality has always been, hello, what's going on, what we're working on today, social butterfly, easy to talk to everybody. I don't care. I don't care if you're the most wealthiest person in the room, like you are a damn billionaire. I don't care if you this person. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care if you are homeless on the streets. I don't care. I never have a problem with speaking, talking to people. That's not my issue. Social butterfly, I love it. I love it, actually. I love, um, like when I used to always advertise my own business, I would say I'm in the people's business. You know, I am in the people's business. And I'm going to tell you, I was great at it because I had a lot of people copy me. Okay? I had a lot of people that made great money. They worked very hard to suppress my life, but they copied me. Okay? Yes, they did. They copied me. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah. So let me keep going. Let me keep going. So let me get back to that. So I'm sitting there and I'm laughing. I'm laughing. Okay? Listen to me. I'm laughing with the husband and a few other people. It wasn't just us. We're all laughing, okay? But him and I were sitting because we were in our job duty roles, okay? So we were sitting. I don't know if people were coming before us doing different things at that time, and I believe it was that we were getting ready for that. They were lining up, okay? Maybe we were judging something. I don't know what it was, but we were laughing. But it was a hearty laugh, you know, and it wasn't just us. But I heard the wife say something like, "You old bitch, my husband don't like you." And I'm thinking like, excuse me, where does that come from? I'm old enough to be your husband, mama, probably, you know? And do you know I have older sons? Okay, right. Listen to what I'm saying. Now, we continued on. Now, if I didn't make a big deal about that or whatever, I heard it and act like I didn't hear it at all. Okay? I heard it, but I act like I didn't hear it at all. Now let's keep going. Went on, did the show, boop boop boop. You know, everything went some type of way, went well, blah blah blah. Just kept going, you know, on and on. Now, I noticed, so I just watched the behaviors, okay? Because of course she had done that. But I wasn't going to be rude to her. But I noticed she went and got kind of quiet. Okay? Now, I have been around this lady several times, so I was tripped out where that come from. But I noticed that sometimes husband and wives or couples or whatever, they have their own thing going on. And then they'll include you. And you're innocent. You have nothing to do with what they got going on. Right? Okay. Okay. Now, this is a person that I would not see outside of what we were doing or anything. So, let's make that clear. Okay, moving right along. As I stated, I had been around her several times. We were always around each other there, okay? But I noticed she would be a person that would get on the sidelines, like, I don't know, push back. Maybe, now, mind you, this is what's so tripped out. The place is full of women. I'm talking about all nationalities we're working with, all sizes. I mean, gorgeous women, okay? Right? Gorgeous women. And I'm sitting here with my little pregnant self, okay? And do people know I'm pregnant? No, I don't think they know. No, as a matter of fact, I was just pregnant, okay? So we go on, and it could have been. I mean, I don't even know. It could have been that you know how people, we get together and people are lined up and we're just laughing at certain things that we may have to judge or whatever. We just have, it was something like that. And she took it all out. But the thing was, what she said was so rude. Okay, now listen to this. As time passed, I'm trying to speed it up. As time passed, I'm giving you an example. As time passed, okay, we did the show. Then we do a celebration party. We're going to a club because there's a party going on. I noticed that, and yes, I think people did know I was pregnant because of the dress that I wore. Beautiful, sexy, gold black dress. The straps were gold on the dress. And it was, it would reveal that I had a bump. Okay, it did. But I remember we were there at the club, and the people that we were with, meaning the married couple, was there as well. And the people that we were with, like, one couple was trying to get me to drink. And it's weird that what they were trying to do at the bar. I think these people were into threesomes. And the married couple as well. Okay? So they're into other stuff. Okay? Here we go. Let's go on. But I'm giving you where we were for a reason. Okay? Now, that wasn't our first show that we did together. That was more like our third show we did together. Okay? All of us. Then later on, when I deal with this gang stalking thing, and I notice people stalking me, bothering me, running me down, and all of this stuff, even some of the people that I knew, I was kind of like tripped out. So here it is I pull up at a hair store, and the lady gets out, and I had already called like the person that ran everything, since it was really her project. I called her up, and I told her about what I was going through and stuff like that. But never thought I would be making this call. So I actually pull up. I don't know if that was the doorbell or what. Just hold on. I'm going to keep going. Hold on, but I'm going to keep going. So I say, I'm going into the store. I'm getting out to go in the store. And the truck, hurry up. It look a bed truck type. Pulls up right behind me real quick. I'm like, oh God, here these people they going to every store I'm going to. What the hell? And I see her, the wife. I'm like, oh, hi. Hi, what? And you know what she did? She was like, she pretended she didn't know me. As a matter of fact, when I said, girl, you know what? She said, oh, I don't know you. What's your name? Did you hear what I just said to you? She was playing like that. Now, every woman is not me. Every woman is not like me. She knew who the fuck I was. Okay? She knew who I was. I knew who she was. Alright? But I was so tripped out because these are the type of things I was dealing with. People that I had known. Okay? I'll tell you another story about the girl in business. But so she pretended that, but I was really disgusted because she was stalking me. Nope, that wasn't a coincidence. It wasn't nothing like that. Nope, and nope. But I knew it wasn't. But my gifts, I knew it was not a coincidence. So here it is. We leave. I leave. And I call the girl up that we know together. And I say, girl, can you believe? I say, what did I say? She's one of the people stalking me. And for what? These people know me. She was like, oh, no, she was like, I don't know, but whoa. And I was just making her aware. Okay? All right, let me try to rush this up because of the time. Speed up. Here it is. She does that. Okay? You don't know me. All of a sudden, your husband work at the courthouse. Okay? Stay with me. Your husband works at the courthouse. That wasn't then. Or, okay, he works at the courthouse. You out here gang stalking people in your bed truck. Okay? And the person that owned the business where we originally were, I believe they set that brother up. He owned all of that and he went to jail. He owned all of that. He went to jail. Stay with me. She said she didn't know me. But people forget. See, that's why they come behind you and they try to kill all your emails, steal all your accounts, ruin your business, do all these things because they know they've done a lot. So what they want to do is erase all the evidence that they know you, however. This is why they do that. I don't care if you have evidence in your house, baby. When you're not home, they're coming to your home and they're getting it. Any kind of way they can crash your phone, they'll do it. They'll do it through Google, to the actual Google and all of that. So however they want to come and do stuff, they'll do it. This lady that I'm talking about, The last time I seen a photo of her, she was at the Derby with all these Caucasian ladies. I'm going to say it like that, okay? Nothing's wrong with that, of course, but these people had got into something. She had no business gang stalking me. These are the type of things I'm talking about. When I say pull up, this lady was acting like badass, whatever. And at the time, that woman didn't have children or anything. Out here harassing innocent people. Do you understand? I believe because the guy that owned the place that we were at was so successful, I believe that certain people, when he didn't do what they wanted him to do, those people set him up. He had a lot of people jealous of him in the community. So what if he didn't want to do this with you, or he didn't want to do that with you? Sometimes people get mad because this is what I know. Maybe you don't want to be good to the community or help in certain areas or whatever. Guess what? You have that right. Certain people, I feel like, listen, people have different reasons why they don't do certain things, and they do. So let me tell you what I'm saying. Just because a person don't feel the way that I do, I don't know what their experiences have been. You know, I'm the kind of person say, oh, yeah, you use it. Use the facility. Do this. Do that. Use the bus. Use this. I don't care. Boo, boo, boo. Yes, I own this, all of this property. We'll do this with it. We'll do that with it. But that don't mean everybody will. That don't mean everybody will. And I do remember when some people, you know, would feel upset about certain things, or people feel jealous, they'll set your ass up. They will set you up. People don't get their way, it will set you up. And that's something I've learned, and I know. I'm moving right along. That's one of my experiences. Pretending not to know who I am. I mean, being cold-blooded with it. And she definitely knew who I was. As a matter of fact, I'm on Facebook. My name is Dominique Brown. You'll see me with a black hat on. Black hat. So many things I want to share. With a black hat and colorful sunglasses. If you ever see that profile picture, it's me. I like to share that with people because sometimes when you run through a person's, you know, what they post and things like that, you'll see where their thinking is and how they are. You'll learn more about them. Okay? Listen to me. I only have so many minutes on here, and I just don't want it to cut off in the middle of me telling a story. Okay? So let me let you know. Hit subscribe. I'm going to keep going at least for another so many minutes here. Well, I have it quiet, so it's quiet. Okay? Again, Facebook, Dominique Brown. And I'm in Cincinnati, Ohio, by the way. Black hat, colorful eyeglasses. Okay? Sometimes it helps when you put in Cincinnati, Ohio. I notice in the link, or you put in the city, state, whatever. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But yes, I was in disbelief. Pretended they didn't know me. We had done several shows together. Not to mention, when there was a celebration, I was there with them. We were all together. But just imagine people doing that kind of lying. And I knew that the people that she was working for, she probably never really told them that she knew me, or she was actually there as being an agent in the first place. Do you get what I'm saying? So she was always an agent in the first place. Not to mention, what about the fact that you have women gang stalking you that's already mad for whatever reason? Like they think that their man, because I know what the hell that is. I never flirted with him. So did you think your man was interested in me? He wasn't. He was not. Okay? It's just really interesting. And if that's the case, who checks things like that? Where's the boss that checks things like that? When you have people work for you and they're signing up and doing things, and they're pretending they don't know the person, and then they really do have a different agenda. Talk to me about that. Somebody talk to me about that. So many people I started other businesses with, felt some type of way about me. I promise you. Felt some type of way about me. Signed me up for the business. And then wind up gang stalking me. People you part from, you say, okay, I don't want to. And then they can't let you go. So they start gang stalking you. Yeah, those examples. It's real. Yeah. Thank you.